Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea from Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Offers. It's all about this one central question. How do you create an offer that's so good, people would actually feel stupid saying no to it?
But to really get a feel for how big this idea is, we have to start with a story. Picture this. It's Christmas Eve, 2016. Alex Hormozi is at rock bottom. He's hiding out in a dark movie theater, totally crushed by stress. And he says he felt like a kid playing dress up, Except this wasn't a game. The stakes were very, very real.
So, why were the stakes so real? Well, disaster had literally just struck. He'd sold his gyms to start a new company, but then a partner cleaned out their bank account and a massive wire transfer got frozen. On top of all that, he owed his best salesman a $22,000 commission that was due right before Christmas. The pressure, you can imagine, was just off the charts. I mean, he was looking at potential bankruptcy with only about 23 grand left in the bank. But now, look at this. It's kind of nuts. Just 1 month later, he pulls in over $100,000. And by the end of that same year, his company is doing $4.4 million a month. That's not a typo. It's a mind-blowing turnaround. So the question is, how in the world did he do it?
Well, Hormozi says this whole incredible comeback, all of it, came down to mastering just one single skill. It wasn't about 100 different marketing tricks. It was about one core concept that completely rebuilt his business from the inside out. He learned how to create what he calls a grand slam offer. Okay, so let's get into it. What exactly is a grand slam offer? Because according to Hormozi, this one idea was the real secret sauce behind everything that followed. You see, his entire philosophy boils down to this one simple but totally game-changing idea he got from his mentor. It's not about just giving a discount or having a nice little sale. It's about completely changing the game, where for the customer, saying yes isn't just a good idea, it's the only logical thing to do. So what is it really? A grand slam offer is a value proposition that's so unique and powerful that your customers can't even compare it to anything else out there. It's designed to pull you out of that endless race to the bottom on price. And instead, it directly attacks the two problems that kill pretty much every business: not having enough clients and not having enough cash.
And that's the big question, right? It's one thing to say, hey, just create more value, but how do you actually do it? How do you build an offer that is so jam-packed with value that the price almost becomes a side note for your customer? Well, luckily, Hormozi doesn't just leave us hanging. He actually gives us a formula. And that formula is something he calls the value equation. It's a brilliant, simple framework for systematically building, or maybe a better word is engineering, insane amounts of value into any offer you can think of. So here's how it works. The equation breaks value down into 4 key parts, kind of like levers you can pull. To make your offer irresistible, you want to crank up the 2 things on top. First, the customer's dream outcome, what they really want. And second, their perceived likelihood of success. Then, at the same time, you have to crush the 2 things on the bottom: the time delay it takes to get results and the amount of effort and sacrifice they have to put in.
So your job really just becomes focusing on these 4 things. You paint a crystal clear picture of their ultimate goal. You give them overwhelming proof that your way is the way they'll actually get there. And then you do everything in your power to make it happen faster and easier for them. The more you can do all that, the more valuable your offer becomes. It's that simple. And this is so important to get. A great offer is not just the thing you're selling. It's the entire package. It's everything you bundle together to crank up that dream outcome and likelihood of success, and to slash the time and effort. Okay, so once you've built that amazing core offer using the value equation, you can take it to the next level. You can add what Hormozi calls enhancers. These are basically psychological triggers that can take an offer from just good to I need this right now. He lays out 4 big ones that you can use to really amplify that desire. So let's quickly touch on each one: scarcity, urgency, bonuses, and guarantees. First up is scarcity. This is all about quantity. See, we humans are just wired to fear losing something way more than we want to gain something. It's that classic FOMO, right? So when you limit how many items are available or how many spots are open, you immediately make it seem more valuable and desirable. And right alongside scarcity, you've got urgency. If scarcity is about how many are left, urgency is about how much time is left. Nothing gets people to make a decision like a deadline. Putting a real end date on a promotion gives people a powerful reason to stop thinking about it and actually do something. Then you have bonuses. And this is a huge one. Instead of just cutting your price, you stack on more value. You throw in extra tools, guides, or services that solve other little problems for your customer. It makes the gap between what they're paying and what they're getting feel absolutely massive.
And finally, maybe the most powerful enhancer of all is the guarantee. Think about it. What's the number one reason people hesitate to buy something? It's risk. They're afraid it won't work for them. A really strong guarantee flips that script completely. It takes all the risk off their shoulders and puts it onto yours. That confidence alone can be a total game changer. All right, so let's pull all of this together. We've talked about the crazy backstory, the big idea of the Grand Slam offer, the value equation, and these awesome enhancers. Now, let's talk about how you can actually use this stuff.
So here's the game plan. First, just stop competing on price. Get out of that race. Start competing on value. Use that value equation as your roadmap to build a truly compelling offer. Then, pour gasoline on the fire by adding enhancers like scarcity, bonuses, and guarantees. And when you do that, you can charge what you're truly worth with confidence because you've created something amazing.
So, I'll leave you with one final question to really chew on. What is the number one absolute biggest fear your customer has when they think about buying from you? And more importantly, what if you could create a guarantee so powerful it made that fear completely disappear? How would that one single change transform your entire business?